Both of these programs try to make an early statement and build that resume. Welcome to the Big House, home of the Michigan Wolverines. As we'll see the #9 team in the country, the TCU Horned Frogs, taking on the 17th ranked team in the land, the Michigan Wolverines. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. And the Horned Frogs about to kick it away and get this season started. Looks like he's going to bring it out. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Running back searching for a hole. Got it across the 20 and out to the 23, a pickup of 4. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged, but when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
To the air, it's Gibbs. Shoots it to the left. It's caught. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield.
I love offensive coordinators. They're not afraid to be aggressive early in games. And how about that? Dialing up a shot right away in the first series, trying to seize the momentum.
Offense changing the play. To the air on first down. Firing to the right, complete. Made a defender miss. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down.
Yeah, and I think you've just seen how the quarterback has so much confidence in this guy catching the ball too, right? Receivers aren't open, tight ends aren't open. He knows he can find him running out of the backfield, or if he lines up at wide receiver, this dude can get open, and he can make positive things happen after he has the ball.
Looking to throw on first down. Makes the catch. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
They're dealing with a second and long. From the gun, running back on the move. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? Sends it back in motion. Back to pass, it's Gibbs. And they can't complete the bullet pass on third down.
I know that one falls incomplete, but I love the idea of finding ways to get this running back the ball, right? You can hand it off to him. He's got really good hands. Already has a few catches in this game. I think you keep trying to leak him out of the backfield and let him take advantage of this defense throwing the ball.
And he missed it. No good. And the score will stay right where it is after that miss.
And sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man. Just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss-make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. got it in the middle. It's Landry. Makes the stop at the 49, but not before he gets in plus territory, gets 15 and a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The give to the lone running back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. All right, guys, let's think a little bit about big picture TCU. They start the season in the top 10. Ideal position to make a run. But what do they need to avoid?
Well, I think you avoid the talks about me and where we're at, because that doesn't matter. This team's got a lot to prove. It's a very talented team, but they got to start the season off fast. That first impression makes a big deal in all these voters, Jesse.
Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
And listen, the quarterback drops back. He's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. The Horned Frogs will punt it away on 4th down. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. A low line drive and short kick. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensively. I think you move the ball nice. You got to keep that in mind. But Palmer, I think you got to stay aggressive and don't settle for field goals.
Yeah, because you got to know there's just no margin for error right now. You just have got to be able to execute at a higher level.
And the Wolverines in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Scanning the field, it's Gibbs. Under fire. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
And that was a big objective for this defense coming into the game. Talking to coaches, we want to keep him in the pocket. We don't want him to use his wheels. He's fast, he's elusive, can make big plays. Nice job by the defense keeping him in the pocket and getting the sack.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Might be calling a hot route. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Going deep. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed. He's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up. But if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
They booted away on 4th down. He makes a fair catch, couple of steps inside his own 25 at the 23-yard line. His drive opens up at the 23-yard line. They're going to run it to the right. Runs through the tackle. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. They'll snap it on 1st down from the 35. Right back to the well. Got enough for the first. Brought down at the 46, but he got 10 on the play.
Man, coaches talked about they want to get this running back involved early and often and create some momentum And this is a great way to do it. Early in this football game, ripping off an explosive run, get the juices going, and I bet you he's going to get a few more touches today.
And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Makes the grab. It's Landry. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Horned Frogs come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Tight end finds a soft spot. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. First play of the period will be a second down. They'll run it out of the shotgun. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play.
Defense, man, you got to go low, and you got to chop that tree down, right? Go with the legs, take the legs out from underneath them so he can't continue to churn those puppies out and get extra yards after contact like he did there.
The Horned Frogs kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Makes the grab. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
And this offense is just so dynamic because they've got playmakers at all the skill positions, right? We just saw a big play in the running game. Now we see one in the passing game. There's not one dude that you can key on here if you're on defense to try and slow them down.
He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Defense trying to come up with a stop on second and goal. Back to pass. Here comes the heat. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
Well, they take a sack right down by the goal line, guys, and I think the route concept really didn't help the quarterback out there. Normally you're thinking this is going to be a quick hitter, get the ball out of his hands fast, but that was a very slow developing route concept. I think that's the biggest reason you got sacked.
Now third and goal, and tough yardage to cover here. They'll leave it with him. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And decision time coming for this offense. How about the defense? They've hung in there, Palmer, made him earn it all the way down. Now, are you going to go for it on fourth down?
Yeah, you know, after running so many plays offensively on the drive, I know it'd be disappointing to only walk away with a field goal, but you'd feel even worse if you went for a touchdown and didn't get it. I think you kick it right here.
Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the 3. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. It's good. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. They're looking for any type of offense to try to get this thing going down 3-0. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Wants to adjust the pattern. Back to throw. It's Gibbs. He wants to go deep. Makes a catch at the 15.
I love when you back the defense off of you. If you want to get aggressive, I'll take shots down the field, make the defense play more conservative, and now what? Now you're in the red zone with a chance to get some points.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Back to pass on second down. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
We know about this running back's versatility, and he's made some plays in this game so far, catching the ball. That time, though, he had no shot. Defender bearing down on him. They're able to get the hit and make sure it falls incomplete.
Pulls it in. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down.
Hey, really nice job on defense, too, understanding the situation. It's third down. We're fine giving up completions right there, but we're not giving up the first down. We're keeping the football and the ball carrier in front of us, and we're tackling the catch. Awesome job, and now you've set up fourth down.
And for the second time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. And the holder will spot it on the 14 for a 24-yard attempt. Splits the uprights. Good. And that's going to give us a tie ball game. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Gentlemen, that pivotal top 15 battle is in the books. Here's how things went down. Texas pulled out the victory on a day they clearly did not have their best. And that's a testament to those players there in Austin. That winning gene, I really believe it's a thing. Big implications today and a notable result as one team trends upward and the other has some work to do.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic that they get him on the ground at the 20. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. They'll run it from the gun. Snowed under right at the line of scrimmage from no gain on the play. Let's talk for just a second about TCU. We mentioned the number of players they lost, but you can only focus on the guys who are wearing your uniform. Can't worry about those who left, have to worry about those you have. But any concerns that you guys have about making moves like this?
I think excitement more than concerns, honestly. They got some key guys that had success in other programs, and I think the fans today, David, are interested to see how these guys play today.
Well, and how they come together, because you've seen these players in other spots, but now a new system, new coaches. How do you gel? How do you start your career off?
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
More than 100,000 making their presence felt. A huge third down here in the big house. Quick strike complete. Coming through that third down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43. And the Horned Frogs have it with a 1st and 10. From the gun, running back gets to give. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle him, wear him out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard games just because of the body blow effect.
Pick up this 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds a soft spot in the middle. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the 1st down at the 36.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Breaks into the open. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Horned Frogs! Boy, did he just scorch that defense with that score.
He shows you all of it, Breeze. He's got the speed. He's got the agility. This dude's a big-time playmaker. You just give him the ball, and he'll find different ways to kill you on different plays.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he's not going to take the touchback. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. May take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Wide receiver going in motion. Reads it, fires complete. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Quarterback making adjustments. Dropping back, it's Gibbs. Makes the grab. At the 40, there he goes. They finally make the stop, and it's been this way this guy's whole career as a senior makes a play after the grab.
Who needs a 2-minute offense when you're this explosive? This offense creates the big play, completely flips the field position right away, now in a position to go ahead and score points before the half.
Hand off from the shotgun. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Second down, they'll go to the air. Unloads to the wideout. Finds a man on the left. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. And backed up, 1st and goal. This defense fighting to hold the lead and carry it to the locker room. He's looking to throw. Setting up the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They'd love nothing better than to add a 3-ball here before the break. And he'll try it from the right hash, and the angle shouldn't be too bad from this distance. Never a doubt. That'll bring him to within 4. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. up to kick off and start the second half. From inside his own 15, let's see how far he can get. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. They go to work in the third quarter with the lead, but they have had a little trouble keeping their quarterback upright.
Yeah, and you have the lead, you're positive, but the offensive line coach is definitely going to be upset. And the offensive coordinator, listen, I don't want my guy getting touched. He's being productive, but give him some more time here in the second half.
I think you can do that, too, offensively, by maybe leaving your tight end in to help block, maybe chipping with running backs to help these tackles out on the edge, because you're right. That pocket has been shaky, and if it continues to be that way in the second half, this could be a much different-looking football game.
Love the way he didn't just run to a spot. He found the cushion in the zone and got himself open for the first down.
Yeah, and you're taught to find that space. Don't run right into a zone defender who's sitting there looking at the quarterback and looking at you. So much creativity with routes now and being able to just have subtle moves one way, come back the other way. Nice job by the tight end finding that hole in the zone.
Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wonder maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
Big noise in the big house for this huge third down play. Looking to throw for it. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Defense did a great job. Third and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody to dug their heel in the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Punt is in the air on fourth down. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. So here comes the Michigan offense. They haven't really been able to line up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. Creates a little space. Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. And the Wolverines with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Back to throw, it's Gibbs. He lobs one high down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the third quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping to run. Guys in the back end flying to the football in the air, getting hits on guys, that time on the receiver, knocking it loose.
Motion from the back. He wants to change this route. They turn to the passing game on third and short. Steps away. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Yeah, they're just going to need more push up front. There was nowhere for that running back to go. The offensive line got moved right back into his lap, and as a result, they lose yards on that play.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. The give on the inside. Several defenders get an assist on that tackle.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical and they're trying to stay on the field.
And the Horned Frogs come to the line on third and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Wants to throw on third. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up.
Third and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. These guys really need to get something going on this drive. They are still well within striking distance, but they have very little to show for their possession so far. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
Great job by the quarterback, the running back, and the offensive line, really selling pass. That's step one. If you're going to run an effective draw, it's got to look like pass, and then boom, you sneak it right to the running back, gets a big gain, and gets a first down.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set as he's able to rip off that one for a first down.
They're lining up on 1st and 10 from the 38. From the gun, the ground game.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Making side adjustments here. Looking downfield, it's Gibbs. Hit as he throws. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
And that was good defense again, and unfortunately we've been saying that all game long. Really, really good defense. Or, listen, you can spin on the other side. This offense has really been bad.
Now facing a 3rd and long. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
Well, it doesn't get any more open than that. Good read by the quarterback. He was looking for his tight end wide open on the play. Man, you got to make the catch.
They'll play it safe and try for 3. He's going to reach for a long one, a 52-yard attempt. He splits the uprights. That brings him to within 1. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. Minnesota is on the ropes, and it's like they're looking at their corner and saying, no mas. The type of performance we're just not used to seeing in Minneapolis. They're trailing by 14 to Auburn. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. First play of the drive wants to throw. Quickly to the tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on first down, setting up an easier second down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make the throw. No, it's not a big gain. It makes life really easy on me on second down.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him and get in the backfield to make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
Big noise, big house, trying to rile up this Michigan defense on third down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Irvin. And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Unloads it left. He's got an open man. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
And a nice job separating by the slot receiver on that in route. Man-to-man coverage, he put his foot in the ground and created a little bit of separation, and that made that play work.
The Horned Frogs look to keep this drive humming. They'll move the tight end. Rides to the back and leaves it on the option. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, they're trying to get that run play going to the outside, but it's the defensive end who does a great job winning his one-on-one and forcing the negative play.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. That's the end of the quarter, and TCU has the lead. They've built a cushion. They've got a nice lead. Now the task is finish the deal as you take a look at the third quarter stats. So we open the final period with a third down play. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Hauls it in. Oh, he's got some space. He gets the job done on third down. They move the chains. It's at the 37. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ballgame, you need those stops, and you get them to third down. You get them to those critical points. Now they get the first down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
They've got a lead here in the fourth quarter, and there's certainly still plenty of football to go, but this is where you'd love to control the flow of the game, right? You want to dictate everything to the defense, and you do that by running the football. That was a really nice run. This offensive line is firing off late. Looks like they're getting stronger as the game goes on, and that is a good sign for the offense. Well, you love to see that from the defense, right? It's like bend, don't break. They've given up a bunch of plays on this drive, but now that they're getting down close to field goal range, you're seeing them start to stiffen up.
Yeah, and plays don't matter anymore. Yards don't matter. All that matter with these defenses nowadays is points and limiting them.
And the Horned Frogs are at the line looking to convert on third and short. Quick release by the QB. He couldn't find anywhere to go, and now it's fourth down.
Man, did the defense need the stop. Great job getting the third down stop. They needed to force a punt. They got to get their offense the football back so they have a chance in this football game. Really nice execution by this defense.
So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's got it. First down and more. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense.
And how about this offense, man? They put the ball in the hands of the guy they trust the most. Fourth down, needed conversion. You're wanting to salt this clock away. You want this game to end with you guys possessing the football. Big fourth down conversion.
So this offense has the lead. They have the ball. They have the clock on their side and a chance perhaps to put it out of reach. Looking for the goal line. Touchdown, TCU! Made the grab and took it on in for the score. Getting set for the point after. And he splits the uprights and pushes the lead to 8 here in the fourth. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Things had not gone the way they planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far and avoid the upset. Coming out on first down with the play fake. He's going to run it. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
It's a draw. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
And these short yardage situations, it all comes down to the up front. Like, who can win the battle up front? Can you get a hat on the hat? They do. This offensive line, they get on the D-line, they create just enough space, understand short yard situation, fall forward, and get a first down.
They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. Wants to throw. It's Gibbs. Fires to the wideout. Oh, it's picked off. What a bad time for a mistake like that. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And what a great moment for that young man right there. That's his first career interception in college football. He's a guy that's worked so hard. He wanted to make an impact for his defense this year and comes up with a massive play right there.
TCU will send its offense back onto the field. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt. Find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. Make sure you execute. Build this lead a little bit bigger. Put this thing away in the fourth quarter.
They'll run it to keep the clock moving.
This offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the first down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
More than 100,000 making their presence felt. A huge third down here in the big house. Under fire. Finds us back in the middle. Across the 15. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a first down in the red zone at the 14.
Such a tough spot to be in on defense because you're trailing, you're expecting the offense to run the football. They just did it on the last play, and then on a critical third down, they go play action, and they throw it over your head. You got to feel for this defense.
The Horned Frogs will snap it on 1st and 10. Quick completion to the right. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
Trying to throw the wide receiver screen to pick up that first down, but the defense just too much speed getting to the ball carrier on that one.
They'll try the left side. And they'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Horned Frogs!
And man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the 4th quarter, everything going in their direction.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Last drive ended with an interception, and they can't afford to have that happen again. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Might be changing the route. To the air, it's Gibbs. Unleashes it. Incomplete, and man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception.
Got to give this defense a lot of credit because even down to the last seconds in this football game, we're seeing outstanding effort. QB taking a shot down the middle of the field. There's a defender swatting it away. They have had this quarterback's number all game long, and that's why they're winning this game.
So now it's 2nd and long. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. He's got it right. Touchdown, Michigan! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Well, the offense did their part. You're just trying to apply some pressure on the opponent, right? Yeah, you're down right now, but if you can find a way to get the ball back with some time on the clock, they're within striking distance still to win this game.
And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Cincinnati is getting worked right now in their own dojo. We've seen this team in big spots over the years, but I can't think of a worse beating. They're trailing by 34 to Ole Miss. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see them here, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Defense showing heavy blitz at the line. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. And the defense snows him under after a very short game. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. You got to believe they just want to run it, take care of the football, and keep that clock moving on 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Pressure affects quarterbacks, and this guy's one of the best in the nation. I don't care how talented you are, but if you're being hit, you're not going to throw completions.
Big noise in the big house for this huge third down play. From the gun, wants to pass. They get to him as he throws. Still on his feet at the 45. Speeding down the left side. That is just a gargantuan play as he has it all the way down to the 12.
Man, I love this guy's toughness. All game long, he's been getting hit. He's been sacked multiple times, and here we are late in the game. He's still staring down the barrel, gets nailed, but is able to deliver a big completion for his offense.
They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave him a little bit of everything on that one.
And this offense has done a really good job late in this football game. Man, you put a premium on the fourth quarter and maximizing possessions, and they've put touchdowns on the board. They've done a great job. Nice last play, too. Keep that momentum going and get out of here with the win.
And how about the work up front by that big defensive line? Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Looking to fire. They're working that left side. Touchdown, TCU! The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive.
And it was so important for the offense to come up with a touchdown there and not kick a field goal. You're trying to put this thing out of reach, and that touchdown puts so much pressure on their opponent now with less than 2 minutes to go.
And the extra point splits the uprights, and the lead balloons to 15. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays, and it was finished off with a 2-yard touchdown toss.
Number 18. Set to kick this one away.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Quarterback may change this route. Looking for a man. It's Gibbs. Bringing the heat. Stands in and takes the hit. Grabs it at the 25 in stride. Just what they were looking for. A huge explosive play, and they're inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. Looks as if he's going to run it. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. 2nd down coming. Back to pass. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, we've got a chance at a finish.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
And he added the extra point. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finish it off by connecting from 10 yards out. Just under 40 seconds to go, and it's going to come down to whether they can get this onside kick to have a shot. The hands team out there to avert disaster, and so they do. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. One possession game, getting late, first order of business, just take care of the football.
So they call this situation 4-minute offense, where you're trying to run the football and throw high percentage passes to maintain possession and bleed the clock. This is a very difficult point of the game to execute at a high level.
Yeah, and listen, what you understand as an offense is if I get 1 or 2 first downs, this ball game's over. And that's your sole objective. Not scoring, take care of the football, get a few first downs, walk out with the W.
Really nice job stopping the run, but the problem is you have 0 timeouts left. You cannot stop the clock right now if you're the defense, so this has got to be excruciating for them. They know the offense is just going to take their time before they snap the ball.
Give to the running back. Got a little space. Tackled right at the 43-yard line, and this knee didn't let him sniff that first down marker. Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. How much fun was that? I mean, you just dream of having games like that every time you go into the booth. I'll watch those two teams play anytime.
Yeah, that's what's fun about good teams. Really good teams squaring off. Like, there wasn't a lot of difference between these two